Hello guys, Lid here. So this video will be the final update for the Power Siphon Scavenger, and compared to the last video, this is more of a full setup with the 6 link and everything. So basically this is as far as I will push the setup on the league start scenario. I think it does what it's supposed to do. It clears maps really well, and it's also have a decent defense. Even though on the POP, the EXP number doesn't look that big, but so far I played, it feels really safe. We have 7.2k hit pool, basically from life and energy shield, and we also have almost 30k evasions. So the setup defensively feels really good. One problem that I find with the setup is on the T17 boss, it's just killing the boss take a while. And you guys can see it on the showcase at the end of the video. I do showcase the T17. It clears the map really fast, really well, but when it comes to T17 boss, they do have quite a lot of HP. So with that said, let's go into the setup. So for the body armor, a little bit better ES, also fix the implicit. I have Grace have Aura Effect. You can also choose Rat Aura Effect, that will be more on the offensive side. And critical strike multi per attack damage, that's also a decent amount of DPS. So for the helmet itself, it's not actually an upgrade per se. I think my previous helmet is a little bit better. This one gives more energy shield, but the main thing about the helmet is on the implicit, there's a mana reservations, and also the percentage damage per power charge. This is also pretty good amount of DPS. And for the shield, it still remains the same. This shield is really good. I cannot find a replacement for this one. And for the boots, I do craft the boots. So I'm basically looking for better resistance and also chaos resistance. That's going to help defensively. So if you see on the here, my chaos resistance is 44. I think in previous video is 0%. And for the belt, I do change with the Stygian Vice. This is not a very good role, but it does what it's supposed to do. It gives life, it gives strength, and it also gives decent amount of resistance. And the most important part, because we do have the socket on the Stygian Vice, we can put with a Abyss Jewel. And the most important part of this Abyss Jewel is avoid being shocked. So this one is 49, and on the boots you can also see on the implicit we have chance to avoid elemental ailments and chance to avoid shock. The important part is to make sure these three numbers add up to 100%. So this is 35 plus 17, this is 52. 52 plus 49 is 101, and the reason why we want 100% because we are using Storm Shroud. So basically with 100% avoid the being shocked, and the Storm Shroud make the avoidance also apply to other elemental ailments. So now we basically elemental ailment immune. So this is a very common setup to get elemental ailment immunes, and on PoE1 elemental ailment immunity is a very good layer of defense. And for the glove, I'm still using the audio tenors. This is a really nice DPS. And for the wand, this is a new one. I dropped this yesterday. This is a T2 lightning damage fracture, which is not ideal. Ideally you want fracture fire or cold, because lightning damage is the biggest DPS mod on the wand. So ideally you will want to have T1, which basically you can get from Deafening Essence of Wrath. This gives basically a T1 lightning damage. So for this one, since I already have the fracture lightning damage, basically I'm using a Deafening Essence of Anchor, and this will give a T1 fire damage. I get pretty lucky on the suffix, I get crit multi, and then I just finish the craft with craft 3 modifier, put in mind throwing speed, and attack with this weapon penetrate elemental resistance. So this is a pretty decent one. And the next one is the rings. So the rings, I do craft the rings again. So basically I have chaos resistance on this one. It's only T2, but I think it's pretty good already. So how I get the chaos resistance for the ring is a very common way to get it is using a harvest craft, and you're basically looking for reforged chaos, and every time you reforge chaos you're always going to have chaos resistance. It's just a matter of like what tier that you get, and this one is a T1, so it's pretty good. And you're basically looking around, like this ring is really good already. You have a T2 energy shield, have dexterity and intelligence. You can craft life and probably sell this one for quite a bit of currency. And this is basically how you can get chaos resistance on the ring. On this one I'm using strength because I still need strength. And one important note for my ring is both of them have evasion. So if you can see, this ring have evasions, this ring also have an evasion. The reason why this is important because there is a mastery over here. If both of your ring have evasions, you basically get 20% maximum energy shield. So this one is pretty good amount of ES. If I unspec this one, it gives me around like 300 ES. If both of your ring doesn't have evasions, do not take this mastery. So the passive 3 is pretty much the same. And one thing that you can do to have more energy shield, like right now I have 3.5k. There's an energy shield mastery that's going to give you basically 100% energy shield from equipped helmet. And if your helmet have a lot of energy shield, This mastery will give you a lot of ES. For example, like this one, it basically gives like 500 energy shield just by its own. And one tag that I add to the build is with a Spectre and Guardian Blessing, also with Anger and mid shield support. This is basically a Dark Marionette. And this basically gives like a free aura, but the free aura is not permanent. As you can see, this will consume the life of the Spectre. And this Spectre Dark Marionette have a unique ability where if it's die, it will respawn again after like a second. So this basically give us like a short burst in terms of DPS, and I do link them to Anger. And on the POB, the Anger will not be active because I don't see this as a permanent aura, and I do not want to bloat the number of the DPS. And on the showcase, I do not use this one, and because I just forget about it. This is just extra setup that I put inside the build because we do have some socket left and we do not use the socket, so why not use it for like some a little bit extra DPS. So basically when the Anger is active, this gives you extra 1 million DPS, 1.1 or 1.2, something like that. So I think that's all for the setup. And next one, I probably will try something else. I want to try the low life practice fire that I used before on the Scion. And let's see if this works on the Scavenger, because that low life practice fire is really fun to play. But it also doesn't have a really good single target as any RF build. The single target is just not that good, but it have a really cozy playstyle. Basically, you just move around and everything just burn around you. And if the build works, I will make a video about it and let you guys know. But for now, this is all I have for you. So if you have any questions, leave it in the comment below. I will try my best to answer it. And thank you everyone for watching. I will see you in the next one, and have a good day.